mechanical engineering. Before I start my presentation, I'd like to show you some pictures, and you just guess what I'm talking about or what the pictures have in common. Is there somebody who gets the common point? The animals you have seen are endangered animals. So my topic is the animal extinction. The reason why I chose this subject is I want to let you know about human has done for human has bad effect on the animal, and the bad effects will return to human consequently. Then what is the animal extinction exactly? According to IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature, they are 9 lists. It is called red list. These lists are written in order of risk, so the higher numbers category is the more dangerous situation. So 9 is extinct, number 1 is the data deficient. Secondly, let's check about what the main reason is. As you see this graph, the line has been rising sharply since the beginning of the 19th century. It's very significant change we should check out. Most experts say it is caused by industrial development for human beings. As evidence for this, you can see the graph which started to rise after Industrial Revolution, and the industrial development bring about the climate change. So as you know, the development of the science is much faster than past, so it will accelerate the extinction. Thirdly, why does it have bad effect on human? Human needs for food to survive, and they get the food from the nature. However, the animal's extinction causes the destruction of the ecological pyramid. So we are not able to obtain any food in the future. That means we can also be extinct. Then what should we do to prevent the extinction? First, decrease the amount of the emission of CO2. For example, we can try to use public transportation. Second, invent the better renewable and alternative energy, such as solar, tide, and wind, and so on. And third, change our life habit. For instance, we can change. We try not to waste anything. Fourth, take care of the endangered animals. So far, this was my presentation. I hope you could know about the dangerousness of the animal extinction. Thank you for listening.
Mechanical engineering. I'm going to talk about food shortage, what is the problem. We know so many people die because of famine. About 10% of population is in famine. About 10 million people are die. Like this picture. This is a hunger map, how hungry countries are. There are red countries in Asia and South America, and the most of countries in Africa, and they are in serious state. Then why so many people are in food shortage? There are much things like climate change, but one thing is the increase of population. Developing countries in Africa, the growth of population is so big that they cannot cover all people to eat. In this graph, the black line is population and the purple line is grain. We can see the lines are almost same. By this graph, there cannot be the food shortage. What is the real problem? Because of non-balance of foods, it is the real problem. So countries like Australia and France, their self-support rate of grain is like 300%. There are so much food in this country. This picture is showing the obesity rate. US is so fat. They eat so much. One place eats so much and the other side eats so little. Of course, these fat countries sell their food to other poor country in high price. So these countries become richer and richer, but food shortage countries become poor. By the survey, the famine people increased to billion. The other problem is meat. To get meat, we use grains. We only use 30% grains to eat. Most of grains are used to get meat. What about other grains? Other grains are used to biofuels. The usage of biofuels are increasing. Most of grains are used to not for humans. Lester Brown, the president of World Wheat Institute, said the biggest threat to global stability is the potential for food crisis in poor countries. There are also climate changes and disasters by global warming. The food shortage may become more serious problem. I think we have to think about food problem and we have to act something. Thank you for listening.
Han, and I major in electric and electronic engineering, and I will show a short presentation on GM foods. GM foods are defined as foods derived from GMOs, is genetically modified organics. It means that GM foods are secondary products and its modified genes stems from GM organics. Then let's see this picture. As you can see, the full orange are large producers, which are Canada and USA and Brazil, Argentina and China. And the patterned orange countries are small producers, and the dot oranges are countries producing only experimental crops. The South Korea also dot oranges. And this pie graph shows the people feeling on two GM foods. The large percent of people, about 60%, have negative feeling, and about 10% have positive feeling. It means that GM foods have both pros and cons as many other controversial issues. Benefits are these four, and the first, and improved nutritional quality and pest and disease resistance, improved animal welfare, higher yields. There are also risks. Is a danger to the environment and health risk to humans. It's all the danger possibility. Because the GM foods are not verified, we cannot conclude that whether it is good or bad. So it is important to use labeling to indicate GM foods. But reality is not that favorable. In case of organic foods, you can easily find the signs such as organic, or green. However, in case of GM foods, it's really small. And how about this? Can you find? It's here. You never find in case of this. You never find at first glance. It's here, modified sugar. So I think the labeling should be like this. the labeling should be easy to find because nobody knows the potential of GM foods, the right to choose, the right to get healthy, the right to die, all together reside in the customers who buy the product. So GM foods, I don't know, is only good or bad. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Junyoung Park and I am majoring in music composition engineering. This time I want to presentation about desertification. Desertification is kind of climate changing result. This phenomenon is degradation of land in dry lands. Look at this picture. The picture is kind of desertification. The phenomenon is not only in Sahara Desert-like, it also appears many over our country. This unnatural phenomenon have many causes. The most reason is human activities. During the people increase, they need farmland, so they cut down the thousand trees for farmland and make paper. That reason make forests disappear and lands are ruined, become desertification. That reason desertification is one of the most significant global environmental problem. You all look at this chart which shows the world's desertification state. I'm sorry for not translating to English. The left continent, that Africa, Asia, Australia, like, and this is this is desertification area per million hectare, and this is percentage of overall world desertification area. This chart shows Africa and Asia area has account over half of percent area. I think this problem will make only one or two nations. That map is like weak point of desertification. This map, these blue things are cold area and a gray area is dry land, and these red points are desertification. Yes, very high. Maybe it's easy to misleading. This map is not desert area, it shows desertification. Thank you for listening.